Everyone, everything tends, or I should say, trends toward zero as compared to Bitcoin. So they trend and they tend toward zero as compared to Bitcoin. Let's talk about why that is. Well, the core issue with any cryptocurrency or any technology is how valuable it is. What is the utility? And it turns out the technology of money is extremely valuable. And so, in that category, assuming money is a valuable thing to have in a society, which I think we all would, then the thing with the most credible monetary properties will end up being the most valuable money. So, a lot of things, historically we were on the gold standard, and then for a bunch of reasons I've explained in other videos, gold does not work that well for the purpose of money. And so we switched to fiat currencies, and those have not worked well as money either due to rampant inflation and government controls and a million other things. And so Bitcoin is obviously what I believe will be the future monetary system of the world. Well, within a few years after the start of Bitcoin, a handful of people tried to come up with alternatives to Bitcoin that claim to introduce better technology or better this or better that. And so one of the things I keep on my Coinbase advanced trading thing is a sheet that looks like this. Not a sheet, but it's actually a screen showing the price of Bitcoin as compared to other assets. And I'll walk through this. Now, I know this is showing like in reverse on your screen, so forgive me. But so on here, the first price, of course, is the price of Bitcoin itself, which is the price of Bitcoin as compared to US dollars, which when I printed this 5 minutes ago was $70,242. The next one I usually look at is Bitcoin as compared to Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash was a knockoff of Bitcoin that claimed to be technologically superior, and they forked off of from Bitcoin in 2017. And the price of Bitcoin Cash as compared to the price of Bitcoin is less than 0.5%. So each Bitcoin Cash token is worth less than 1/200th of the price of a Bitcoin. Again, these were from people who claimed that their token was going to be worth way more than Bitcoin, and their token is worth less than 1/200th of the price of Bitcoin, and tends to be just trending downward. Next up is Ethereum. Ethereum is not attempting to compete directly with Bitcoin, but it's interesting because some of the people behind Bitcoin, they made a technological change to Ethereum a while back, and people were claiming now this makes it if Bitcoin is hard money or sound money, this makes Ethereum ultra sound money. Well, that claim was completely laughable because Ethereum was never intended to be money in the first place. And the fact that they made a temporary technological change that resulted in the issuance of new Ethereum being slightly below the issuance of new Bitcoin did not mean it was ultrasound money, because what matters is the credibility of the monetary properties. So this is super important. I could go into my backyard, take 10 grains of sand, color them blue, and say, hey, this money is more scarce than Bitcoin, because Bitcoin there's 21 million, and I have created something where there's only 10, and they're all little blue grains of sand. Give me 1 second. Of course, the problem is, what is the credibility of the monetary properties? How certain is it that there will only ever be 10 blue grains of sand? The answer is not. Is there a massive worldwide network securing and auditing my 10 blue grains of sand? Of course there's not. So they're not authenticatable. They're not durable. They're not portable. I guess they're portable, but they're not divisible. Anyway, so the short take is, what matters is not what Ethereum's issuance rate is right now. What matters is how certain the marketplace is that there will only ever be a certain amount of Ethereum, and nobody knows what that is, because nobody knows how much Ethereum there is right now, and nobody knows how much there will be in the future. People can make guesses, but nobody knows with absolute certainty, which is, again, the case with Bitcoin is its absolute certainty, which is why it's so valuable. So it's interesting because Ethereum, like every time I check, I'm like, oh my gosh, if you're holding Ethereum, you're just getting killed. Like the price of Ethereum as compared to the price of Bitcoin just keeps dropping. I mean, if you're sitting on Ethereum thinking this is better than Bitcoin, I mean, you have just been getting killed the last few years, just killed. And you're getting killed for very good reason. Ethereum does not have credible monetary properties and therefore will never be in money. And with regard to being a smart contract platform, which is what it actually is, it's competing with Solana and Cardano and a gazillion other things, all of which are also trending towards zero against Bitcoin. But anyway, right. So Bitcoin is above $70,000. Bitcoin Cash is less than 0.5%, so less than one half of 1% of the price of Bitcoin. Ethereum is about 3.5% of the price of Bitcoin. And that, again, that keeps trending just down and down and down. A Litecoin, which is another knockoff of Bitcoin, is now down to, what is that? It's 0.0000948, the price of Bitcoin. So that's, I'm driving here, but that's what? 0.1%. So it's less than 0.1%. So if Bitcoin Cash is less than 0.5% of the price of a Bitcoin, Litecoin is down to less than 0.1% of a price of a Bitcoin. Then there's the Cardano network. ADA is their token, and that is at 0.00000 476. That keeps trending down. And then I watch XRP, which is another junk token, in my opinion, completely worthless, where the people who launched the XRP token own 60% of the total token. I don't know why. I mean, never in a million years would I own a token where whoever issued it kept 60% for themselves and is promising me they're not going to dump it on the market and cash out at my expense. Like, I mean, just I would never do that. But anyway, XRP, they don't have a XRP versus Bitcoin comparison on Coinbase, meaning there's no exchanging of Bitcoin to XRP. And the reason for that is probably nobody wants to exchange Bitcoin for XRP, which is what's the name of it? It's XRP stands for. I forget what it stands for. Anyway, that whatever that token is, Google it, XRP. Think of it. Anyway, but the short take is, so you have to compare that one to US dollars, and right now that's at 51 cents per token. So again, I compare all of these, but again, what matters and what's worth remembering is the value of something that's trying to be money is based on the credibility, that word, the credibility of its monetary properties. So like the US dollar, what matters is not how many are in circulation right now, is it credibly scarce? Do we believe that Bitcoin will be scarce from now in, or sorry, that the US dollar will be scarce from now into eternity? And the answer is no, we don't, because they print more of it every day. So the US dollar has poor credibility with regard to its monetary properties. In addition, because the U.S. has weaponized the U.S. dollar and seized U.S. dollar assets from other countries and all of that sort of stuff. So even if you own U.S. dollars, there's no guarantee you actually own them and that they won't be seized by the government. But even in their monetary properties, the U.S. dollar has very weak monetary properties because it is not provably scarce, and therefore you never know how much value your U.S. dollars are going to lose the longer you hold it. So the reason everything trends towards zero against Bitcoin over time, that does not mean there will not be little spikes in between where something goes on some meme powered stupidity. But the reason everything, real estate, stocks, bonds, and every other crypto token in the grand scheme over time trends towards zero is because of the so the value of all the Bitcoin in the world is substantially more than every other crypto token and smart contract platform in the world combined, and it keeps getting stronger. So the ratio of Bitcoin's value as compared to everything else in crypto combined, not only is Bitcoin already more valuable than everything else in crypto combined, that percentage keeps slowly climbing. What does that mean? It means if you own, in my opinion, not financial advice, not tax advice, not legal advice, but in my opinion, ecosystem, there is nothing in the crypto ecosystem. As far as the token, I mean, there's valuable companies like Coinbase, for example, but there's nothing in the crypto ecosystem, meaning tokens, coins, etc. There is nothing I would own other than Bitcoin, and there's nothing I do own other than Bitcoin. Because again, I figured out that Bitcoin was going to beat all of them. And I figured that out in 2021, 3.5 years ago. And so 3.5 years ago, to Bitcoin, and I've never looked back, and I've never been tempted to buy anything that was not Bitcoin because once you understand that the credibility of the monetary properties is what makes it valuable, and that Bitcoin has that in spades, and nothing else has it at all, it's just there's no point in owning anything in crypto other than Bitcoin. Again, that's my recommendation. That's why I keep up with how does Bitcoin compare in price to all these other things. The one that I need to add on there is Solana, then it will have a temporary price bar, regardless. Anyway, so enjoy your journey. Bitcoin right now is 70,300, and today's presidential election day. Historically, whatever price Bitcoin was the week of a presidential election, it has never revisited that price ever. And the reason for that is the presidential election years tend to fall in Bitcoin bull markets because of the halving, which happened earlier this year, and the uncertainty that is removed by knowing who the future president uh, we're already above $70,000 already, even with the presidential election not decided till probably late tonight or sometime tomorrow or whatever it is. But anyway, I think there's a very bright future for Bitcoin, and I continue to believe that now is a fantastic time to buy as much as you possibly can. So hope that helps, and always here for any questions anyone has. Let me know. I'm here to serve. Thanks, everyone.